Hello everybody, this is Howard, the Teaserking, coming to you. Just want to talk about what's been going on in football. Personally, I was 5 for 5 on my locks. Funny, I put it up in Facebook and somebody says, "Oh well, 5 and 5. You won 5 and lost 5." I go, "No, I'm 5 for 5. I won all 5." I got to be careful how I word it. So now I'm up to 25 and 1. Just incredible. It's weird, but I felt good on all the picks. It's like I look at the picks now, and it's just a different zone I'm in, and just reach that unconscious state. Kind of look at the picks, and I just, what I try to do is just look at the game without the numbers, and I'll put, Notre Dame Pitt. Well, like last week, Bowling Green played Ohio. I said lock, but it would depend on the point spread. And then I looked at the Ram-Viking game, and I went under in it, and I said lock. Now, the only reason, then I look at the point spread. So if Bowling Green would have been 40 points over Ohio, I wouldn't have locked it. But it came in at 20-something, and all we needed was 18, or it was not that high of a number. And I said, that's a lock. So had the spread been right, it's a lock. Notre Dame Pitt, had it been 20, I wouldn't have locked it. But Notre Dame laying 7.5, down to 1.5. Notre Dame's not losing this game. All they got to do is win by 1.5, and that's the beauty of the 6-point teaser. Because when you see a game like that, 7.5 down to 1.5, all they got to do is win. There's no way Notre Dame was losing that game to Pitt. Because when you looked at Pitt, they really hadn't beaten anybody. They lost to Iowa. They lost a couple other games. They lost to North Carolina, who's a similar offense to Notre Dame. And when you see that, you just say to yourself, there's no way they're going to stop Notre Dame. Pitt doesn't really have the offense. So you just, again, the point spread dictates the lock. But I'll look at the game before and I'll go, who do I like? Do I like the dog? If I can't determine who I like the dog automatically. And then I look at the point spread. So anyway, 5 for 5, I'm up to 25 and 1, my last 26 locks. For the year, I probably have not lost that many locks. I don't remember a week where I lost 2 locks. A couple times I lost 1, but that was it. I mean, I don't recall losing a 2-lock week, and I've won most of my locks. So you can see by my history page, you'll see all the locks, see how I did. And then I have a little lock section where it says, here's what you've done year to date and month and that week to date. And so it's a running total. So you'll see 2014 lock or 2014 total. I think I won 42 or 44,000 in total last year. And then you'll see versus this year. Well, this year it's up through week, what are we in? We just finished week 10 college, week 9 pro. And so I'm up like 30,000 or a little bit more. So that's compared to the whole year. And you can see where you get stronger now. This week's very strong. I like 6 locks, 2 college and 4 pro. I might have 6 pro locks. It gets to the point where you're like, I don't want to lock too many games, but a lot of them I see is very lockable. Excuse me. It's just what I see. I mean, if I see the game and it just makes sense, and I go, there's no way they're not winning, then off you go and you make it like Notre Dame Pitt. There's no way Notre Dame was not winning that game. So if you have 5 of those type of games, you just go with them. It doesn't matter how many locks you put out if they're like that, and you go, hey, they're going to win. So that's what you're looking for. So I have 4 pro locks, 2 college locks. They're real strong, well, obviously, or they wouldn't. But again, some weeks you get a lot of pocket aces, pocket kings, and some weeks you don't. And I like to use that poker analogy because it's really, you can play poker for 5 hours and you're looking at maybe pocket 9s, maybe 9-10 of diamonds, maybe ace king, maybe ace 10. And not get that pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, ace king scenario. And it happens in football some weeks. Last week it was tough in the pros. I found 1 lock, the under in the Ram game. Well, other things I do, like when I say I had 5 locks, it was 5 teams that I like that I locked, and I put in teasers, but I put them in multiple team teasers, so I probably want 8 or 9 teasers with the 5 locks. So I don't want to confuse people or differentiate. When I say lock, it's for more money and in multiple teasers. And when it wins, you win 2, 3 teasers with the lock. And some, I try to put, I'll put, like last week, Bowling Green and Temple. Those were 2 locks. I put them in the same teaser. I also put them in other teasers. And then, like the Rams, I had the Rams under. I had them in a teaser with Notre Dame, and then I had them in another teaser in the pros. So just the 5 locks could be 8 or 9 teasers won. So I'm not telling you how many teasers won. I'm telling you, here's the pick. I had 5 picks. They all won. It's 25 and 1. But it's far more teasers that are won than the 25 and 1. Like this week, there's 6 locks. I put them together, but I mix them up. So I probably played at least, I'm going to play 7 or 8 teasers with the 6 locks, probably more, but I've mixed them together. So 2 of the locks I put together, and then I put the 2 other locks together. Also last week I won a 5-team teaser playing the 5 locks together. So you can do that. If I have 6 locks, you just play a 6-team teaser with all the locks, and boom. And it's not hard. I mean, if I'm hitting all the locks, you might as well play a 5, 6, 7-team teaser. I mean, that's how I won big. I had like 6 or 7 locks Christmas a couple years ago. So I had them 2-team teasered all over the place. And then I played 11-team teaser with about 7 or 8 locks. And a couple games I should have locked it, I didn't even lock. And it won. All the locks won, and the 10-team teaser won, the 11-team teaser won. So it was beautiful. So that's another strategy to play with them. Again, this week the pros are just dynamite. I would definitely buy my pro package this week if you're ever going to buy a pro package from me, or the lock package. This is definitely the week to do it. Very, very strong pro plays, good college plays. I got a handful of college, probably 8 or 9 that are, like I said, I have 2 locks, and then I have some other games that are very good. But the pros are really stand out, really good. You can play a big multi-team teaser in the pros, and you're going to have at least 4 locks, if not 6 locks. Just big. And I'd say press up your college money, go a little bit smaller on it, and then save it, and then Sunday just pound it with the locks, because these are just dynamite plays here. That's all I can say. Now I'm looking at teams that, like Tennessee needs the 6th win to be bowl eligible, and they get North Texas State, who's like a high school team. They'll beat them. They'll pound them by at least 50 points. They're laying 41. You cut them to 35. They'll have that covered by halftime. After playing Alabama and Georgia and Florida, North Texas State looks like a junior high school team. A handoff goes 20 yards. And they don't score a lot, North Texas. They're just way overmatched, and they know it. And they can't win in their own conference. They're certainly not going to go into Tennessee with any hopes of winning. They'll be laying down by halftime, and Tennessee has to get the win, so they'll be fired up and just pound them. At least a 50-plus point win there. Another game I don't get is the Baylor-Oklahoma game. How good is this quarterback? They seem to have a 28-7 lead on Kansas State. They stopped scoring, and Kansas State came back in it. So I don't know what to do with that game. And it's weird because with Seth Russell laying 3, I'd have locked Baylor -3 over Oklahoma all day long. With this new kid, again, it's a freshman in a big game. Baylor's a very strong home team, and they're only laying 3 here. It seems like an easy Baylor play, but again, you got the quarterback, and yeah, I'm sure he's good, but there's nothing like pressure against Oklahoma. You can't practice against it. So it's hopefully Baylor wins, but I don't know, and it kind of screws it up because it's an easy overplay. Baylor, Oklahoma, it's a lock over, but there's nothing you can do with it with this kid quarterback. You got to realize the quarterback's the key position, especially on a team like Baylor. Pretty much on any team. If Michigan had Seth Russell, they'd be #1 in the country. Look at Ohio State or Michigan State has Connor Cook, and he's great. And Without him, they probably wouldn't even be 500 the way as bad as their secondary looks. Anyway, so those are the locks. 25-1, the last 26. Absolutely on fire. Absolutely in a daze, seeing everything just really strong. I just look at the games. Boom, and you know, that looks like a lock if I get the right number, and I'm getting the right number, I'm getting the right dog. If I play an over-under, I'm getting the right spread that I can play it. Like the Rams was 40, I went under 46, and it really didn't get there. It was 33 in the third quarter, 33, and then it finally 36 at the end, and I knew it was a winner because now it's overtime. And that's what I hate about college overtime. You could have that game, all of a sudden they score 35 points in overtime because they start at the 25. So, you know, that's, you know, in pros at least it's fair. It's, yeah, they're going to get 3, maybe the other team gets 3 to tie it, and then there's 3 more, but that's unusual. Normally you're looking at a, you know, 1 field goal or maybe a 6 touchdown. They don't kick the extra point. So, you know, once you're at that point, it was you're looking great. Anyway, I highly advise buying the Pro package this week and the Lock package. It's a huge week for it. As hot as I've been on the locks, it's all documented. It's all in my history. You can see it. You know, it's just, I'm on fire with it, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, good luck to everybody. Again, www.teaserking.com. Buy my locks. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. I hope you all make big money.